Soccerbeat, what?
Who's talking Sundowns? I'm hanging out with Umjaka and Kermit Umjaka here. You know what to do, man. Subscribe. We love to hear from Sundowns fans. You gotta help us out. We need the numbers. They're saying 57 fans. We say no ways. There's more of you out there. Subscribe. Help us out. Bring the noise. Talking Pirates, Talking Chiefs are beating us in the subscription game. Also, if you want to join and back up your opinion, I mean, you all have got so much to say. Back up that opinion. Subscribe. Sign up now with Betway. Sign up using the link in the bio, and you will get 25 Rand extra by only using the code Soccerbeat. Umjaka, Kermit, it looked hard out there. The boys, in my opinion, made it difficult for themselves. But you tell me, Umjaka, was it maybe hard out there, or was it the boys making it difficult for themselves?
No, Umjaka. It was obviously going to be difficult. The starting lineup hardly ever played. The guys having the likes of your Maema, Esquivel, a lot of players that haven't been playing started this game. Because obviously there's the one eye on the game on Tuesday, the Champions League game. But yeah, they got through it at the end. It was tough. Sekhukhune did well to keep them away from scoring a goal. But yeah, at the end,
Did any of the guys put up their hands, Umjaka?
yeah, you know what, Jaga, I'm so disappointed in the likes of your Esquivel. I don't think he can improve.
What happened, Shege? What's happening? What's going on?
No,
Why?
maybe I can give Sales another chance, even though he squandered a lot of opportunities. But maybe he can
No,
improve.
you see, now you being, you must
No,
be fair.
no, I think
Can't
Sales.
give another chance for someone else and another chance for someone else.
No, Esquivel,
You
I
have to
never
be
see him
fair.
change gears. I never see him do anything different to today. I don't know. I don't know about Esquivel. I
But
think
I
there's a
think he had
lot
the
of,
best chance of the game, to be honest.
yeah,
He had the best chance of the game.
definitely had
And
the
he did
best
well.
chance.
He did well with his weaker foot, and it was a great save from the keeper. Like you said earlier, Leaning was good today. He was the difference today for Sekhukhune not conceding so many goals.
Yeah,
It was a
definitely.
Sundowns are
great
looking
game,
for
but
a number two, Kermit. Was that a good trial? By Ricardo, by Lina.
sorry, say again.
Was that a good trial by Lina there in the Sekhukhune goals? Sundowns are looking for a number
Oh
two.
man, I have to look. I don't know. I don't know if that's true, but I must commend the young man. He did really well. What a numerous amount of saves he's made. I think about 8 shots was on target, and he saved them all because if there's 8 shots and no goals conceded, it shows you how good he was today. And he really raised his hand for Sekhukhune today, but unfortunately,
Some of
they
it was
kept
poor
putting Palm
finishing.
out into pressure.
Kermit, some of it was poor
Ah,
finishing.
yes, I agree with you. Some of it was very poor finishing, but a lot of it was great save also. If you look at the chance that Ribeiro had, the chance that Rayners had, the chance that Esquivel had, it's good saves where he had to come out and make himself really big. So
Sure.
he made a good account of himself for today, but it doesn't count for anything because they didn't win anything. And I'm sure they played for penalties because they never really had chances. They only played for set pieces basically. And other than that, they just wanted to protect what they had, which was to go into penalties. And they maybe banked themselves on having practice penalties coming into the game, and just to drag it as long as possible. And unfortunately for them, it wasn't enough.
Did the Mukwenas and the Ribeiros have to come on, Shag, in this type of game?
Yeah, you see, with me, Jaga, I would rather even start with them, because you
I
really
agree.
want to go through to the next round. You don't want to take chances. Rather, if they score and they do well in the first half, then you take them out. You rest a couple of players rather than to start off with a team like that hasn't played. But yeah, I understand all the predicaments that come with being the coach and having to select your squad. Coming into a game like the one on Tuesday, which is a big game. But yeah, I would rather start with your child and test it, and then make the changes.
Umjaka, just to add on to that, man, I agree with what Shakes is saying because if you look at the games coming up on Tuesday, the game is coming up on Tuesday. If you kill the game off early, you give players enough time to rest. And two, they're coming from an international break. So that period of not having that match rhythm, actually a good chance to start your strongest team, because that way you have some rhythm before the actual game, the important game. And you can look at it two ways: how the coach's post-match interview was, or you can look at it from a positive side and be like, here's another opportunity now to get match fit and gain your rhythm, your match rhythm, and gain match confidence as individuals and as a team unit, and go into Tuesday's game with that confidence.
What do you make of the coach's comments about being forced to play this game?
Look, I can tell he's really upset. He's really upset at the way the fixture has been structured, and he's been saying it prior to this game already, because of the amount of games they've been playing in a short period of time and not giving them enough time to rest. And he's still being so supportive of his players, and he's showing that proudly because of how the circumstances that is put up against him is difficult for them to even overcome those difficult situations and still come out victorious. So for him, that's the pride that he just thrives on, of the fact that his team will always grind out the result, even though the odds are against them in terms of the rest period they need to recover. And maybe it's a bit unfair if you're being honest, and it's unfair to the players, because at the end of the day, they're susceptible to injuries, having to play so many games and having to play wear and tear on their bodies, going on every 3 days of football.
Shaggy, why is Pirates getting their games moved, and they're the ones who need to play catch up?
Hey, yeah, no, that's a good question, Jara. I'm not sure I'm the right person to answer that one, but yeah, he even said after the game,
it can't be a good look. It can't be a good look looking at it, and you're like, Mara Sundowns is playing. Maranina, you're getting a break, and you the one who's falling behind.
Don't you
wait, Kermit?
Yeah, I also heard him saying that the Esperance guys have been resting. The FA makes sure that they well rested before a Champions League game. They take this game seriously, and we playing today. They're watching us playing today, and they thinking, they're well rested. So it's unfortunate, but we just have to soldier on. There's no use crying. Just have to soldier on.
You wanted to add, Kermit?
No, I was gonna. Actually, I forgot what I was gonna say because. I forgot what I was gonna say. Let's leave it. On to the next one.
Sure. But I have to ask myself one question. As a squad, if there's certain guys who are asked to do a job, and I need a rest because I come from international duty, how are you guys handling that in the locker room? Do you shout at the guy and you say, "Man, I needed a rest. I wanted to rest. I didn't want to play tonight, Mshek"?
Yeah, but it's one of those things, Umjaka. Yes, there's guys that need a rest, but also the guys that played today that haven't played in a while. I guess you have to sympathize with them, because they haven't gelled, they haven't played together, and the match fitness maybe might not be there. So definitely the fluidity is not going to be the same for Sundowns. You saw definitely a different Sundown, especially in the first half. But second half, they came out firing the same players, before the Ribeiros came in. I thought they started doing well in the second half. First half, you could see that they're not gelling as a team. They're not used to playing together, which is normal.
You are Rayners, Kermit. There's a place in the Bafana squad that's being fought for, but you are the guy being taken off, and Salas keeps missing. I want to hear your response after this. Check this out. It's our promo Soccerbeat on Betway. I really want to hear what you think of that one. Salas bench, Rayners have to be having to make way.
How would you like to win a little something extra just for joining the best in the game? For a limited time, we are teaming up with Betway and giving all of you access to a Soccerbeat exclusive. If you join Betway using the sign-up code Soccerbeat, now in March, you'll get 25 Rand extra bet. That's right. It's time to get way more out of every bet. Standard T's and C's apply.
Yes, Kermit. Rayners has to make way for Salas. Salas misses the goals. I want to hear the Sundowns fans in the comments as well. Kermit, you take that one.
Look, I'm sure the Sundowns fans are gonna have their 2 cents in the comment section, and we're looking forward to that. But I was watching the game and I was listening to the sound in the stands from my speakers on my TV, And it wasn't positive from the chances he's missed, you know. I think he's too focused on being comfortable on the ball and being involved in the play of the game, where actually his qualities is in and around the box and finishing the actions. And he's good, don't get me wrong. We spoke about
how we
how
haven't seen his quality. Maybe he needs to be around the box, not his quality.
for sure. No, but his quality in terms of comfortability on the ball, that's a quality to have also for his height. It's not very often that you see somebody with that height to be so comfortable with his feet. You know, we expect somebody to be waiting for crosses to finish that action. But you see him drifting wide, drifting in the midfield. And that's what I mean when I say his quality. But I'm saying his actual strength and what they brought him for is to score goals. And that's what the fans want. So obviously for Rayners to see somebody, if I was Rayners, obviously I'd be disappointed that I'm coming off because I'd love to play with my partners, my other two partners.
Yeah,
The RRS.
I'm
You understand? The
100%,
RRS.
100% with you there, you know. And one thing I noticed, you know, Rayners will do his runs, will make his runs, and he'll be looking for him to come in the box because Shalulile always
he's
comes
nowhere.
there.
Would
And
usually do that.
he's not in there. He's not in place to
You know,
go get the goals. He's way back behind play, you know.
for sure.
So yeah.
You know
Hey,
the thing
Saleh.
with Peter and Rayners when they play together, the anticipation of where the ball would fall is so crazy that it would just fall for them and they'll be at the right place at the right time, even if it might not come at that moment. But just the fact that they're anticipating the ball will arrive in front of them and they'll be in a position to score the goal. So with Saleh, he tends to watch the game a lot, especially when the ball goes wide because he's made a pass to create the space to overlap, you know, to break the lines. And then instead of getting in the box, like the one chance in the first half, if I'm not mistaken, where Rayners tried to cross it and it went right across goal, Saleh was just watching. If he anticipated, even if you're just jogging towards the goal,
right there.
before you know it, you're reacting and you're tapping it in. You know what I mean? So I think that's the difference in the way Peter and Rayners run off each other because they are guys that are willing to run behind the defense. They're not shy to run. They're willing to run. That's their strength. And they know when they run behind the defense, if you have both of them, you'll always have an option. If you have two people running behind the last line of defense, you'll always have an option to pass the ball to. And that's the difference. Where Saleh is too deep when the ball is being played in behind.
The same thing is happening in midfield, Umjaka. What do the Mayemas and the Mkhulises and the other young DDC players coming up in that midfield do now? Because you can see they are on the same checkbox as the international guys, yet they are fighting for something different as the local guys versus what the international guys are fighting for. So what do we do with an Esquivel versus a homegrown like Mkhulise? What do we do with the Maye? You know what I mean? What are we doing, Umjaka? What call is going to be made now?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm not happy. You know, when an international player is playing, and I really believe in Miami, given a chance, you know, that
100%.
he can do much better than Esquivel. I'm not sure Esquivel. Honestly, I'm not picking on him, you know, but I think there's a lot of players, you know, who can do a better job there. So yeah, I feel sorry for the likes of your Miami. They're not in favor. Police, you know, because they can give a lot to the team.
Yeah, I think let's wrap it up there, boys, because Tuesday is gonna come around quick. We're gonna have a lot more on our plate to discuss. But yeah, we're checking those games in hand, and we're checking those games ahead, and we're also looking at that Club World Cup and CAF Champions League. The schedule is gonna get tighter. And some guys didn't put up their hands. I heard you guys saying you wanna cut the cord. I want to know in the next show, when do you say that's it? It's enough now. I've seen enough. We're making big changes.
I mean, I'm saying it right.
So right. Saying
right.
Milengsa check. I'm still checking.
Soccerbeat,